Hello everyone and welcome to another video where I will be talking about the top 23 books to read this year. So this is a classic Chloe video I like to film at the beginning of every year, and it's basically where I talk about the top books I plan to get to that year, and I am very excited about my choices for 2023. It'll be funny if I'm still making videos about books in 2052 and I'm like, oh my god, the top 52 books to read in 2052. That would be wild. Anyway, before we get into the books, very important announcement. Yes, I have some hair extensions in and I love them. If you don't follow me on Instagram or TikTok or anything, you probably haven't seen them. So yes, I'm wearing these extensions and I'm so happy because if you've been following my hair journey, I basically made the biggest regret. Dyeing my hair pink, bleaching my hair again, frying it, then having to chop a lot of it off and being super insecure about my hair. So thank God for clip-in extensions. Clip-in extensions have minimal damage because they just clip in and I can take them out at the end of the day. So thank God for extensions. I feel a lot more myself. So thank goodness that I live in a world where hair extensions exist and I can feel a lot more confident because I'm just a long hair girl, I wish I could rock the short hair vibe, but I just don't feel like myself. Anyway, another important announcement. Look at my stunning jewelry. I have some beautiful new pieces that I'm wearing from Ana Luisa, who are sponsoring this video, and they are just beautiful and adding to my confidence right now. So I needed to talk about them, and I do get a lot of questions about where I get my jewelry from, and Ana Luisa is one of my favorite places. Ana Luisa jewelry just elevates your every day. Even if I'm just having a chill day, if I'm wearing my Ana Luisa jewelry pieces, I just feel myself, and I feel, elevated. And I just love that they are able to offer high quality yet accessible jewelry pieces. So the designs are affordable, starting at $39, and they have so many beautiful designs to choose from. So my newest additions from them that I've been wearing, I have these two beautiful necklaces. So the first is Lev, which is this gold heart necklace, and it's just, I'm obviously a sucker for a heart. And I love the layered look of this necklace paired with Hannah Lee heart, which is the most stunning red heart. Wow, I literally feel like a queen wearing this necklace. And I love the layered necklace look, so I love these. And I also have these beautiful new earrings. So to tie in the gold heart necklace, I also have these gold heart earrings, and these are the Jessica earrings. Absolutely beautiful and obviously really high quality like all of the pieces are. And then I love these hoop earrings with the pearl. So stunning. I love a hoop earring and just the added detail with the pearl. I love it. And these are the Charis earrings. So I've been loving these everyday pieces and obviously super high quality. I have quite a few pieces from Ana Luisa over the years and they've all maintained their quality, and I'm just really happy with everything I've got from them. And all their products are backed with a 365-day warranty. They are also carbon neutral and carbon neutral certified, and any returned jewelry that cannot be resold gets donated. So obviously jewelry is a beautiful gift to give, and with Valentine's Day coming up, they have a Valentine's Day sale, which is buy one get one 50% off. So if you want to gift an amazing piece from Ana Luisa to someone you love for Valentine's Day, definitely take advantage of that. The link will be in my description. They ship internationally, so yeah. Thank you so much to Ana Luisa for sponsoring this video. I'm really excited about my reading this year because obviously as I get older, as I read more, I get to know my reading taste more, and I just feel like, I read so many amazing books because I've gotten to know my reading taste so well. But I'm also excited because I have a few different genres that I have been lacking on. Actually, mainly just one. Anyway, we'll get into it. So first, I definitely need to read some more romance in 2023 because 2022, I only read maybe 3 or 4 straight romance books, and I love romance. So that needs to be changed in 2023. So I have 2 that are at the top of my list for romance books at the moment. So I actually bought this yesterday. This is Glitterland by Alexis Hall. This author wrote Boyfriend Material, and Kevin loves that book. I do want to read that book as well, but I saw this book and I was like, that is such a stunning cover. And then I read the synopsis and it just really spoke to me in that moment. In the past, the universe is a glitter ball I hold in the palm of my hand. In the past, I am brilliant and I am happy, and my every tomorrow is madness. In the past, I am soaring and falling and breaking and lost. And now there is only this. Once the golden boy of the English literary scene, now a clinically depressed writer of pulp crime fiction, Ash Winters has given up on hope, happiness, and most of all, himself. He lives his life between the cycles of his illness, haunted by the ghosts of other people's expectations. I really resonated with that synopsis when I read it, and I was like, I feel like this is the time for me to read this. So Ash meets a guy and he's like super full of life, super fun, and is very different to Ash. And obviously they fall in romance and I am just really excited. But yeah, so obviously it is February and I want to read some books for Valentine's Day. Hopefully I can do like a 24-hour readathon of sorts for Valentine's Day, like reading romance books. And this could be one of them. Hope I love it. Then I really want to read Before We Were Strangers by Renee Carland. So basically this is a second chance romance. So obviously they have a connection, then they drift apart, and then they come back together a decade and a half later. And I have been really interested in a second chance romance vibe lately because obviously timing is so important. I used to think I would not be into second chance romances, but I don't know why I thought that. Because obviously right person, wrong time, it can be amazing. So I have heard really good things about this and I'm just really excited. Okay, so now for some poetry. So I want to read Mixed Feelings by Avan Jogia. And this is poetry about being mixed race. And oh my god, I actually forgot. Yeah, it's like a collection of like photos, illustrations, obviously poems. Oh, I'm so excited. Yes, so I'm not half of anything, I'm a full being. Being biracial, I feel like, you know, having the two identities is something that you wrestle with. So I'm hoping to find some comfort and clarity in these poems. Then I really need to read Maya Angelou's poetry because I did in high school and I really loved it back then. And obviously she's iconic. So I definitely want to read this full collection. Lyrical and dramatic, exuberant and playful, speaks of love, longings, partings, of Saturday night partying and the smells and sounds of southern cities, of freedom and shuttered streets. Then I really need to read Time is a Mother by Ocean Vuong because Ocean Vuong is one of my favorite people just ever. And I haven't read this yet. And this is all about grief. So these are written after Ocean Vuong lost his mother. Oh, I just love him. Being alive at the same time as Ocean Vuong. Thank you. Okay, so the next category is fantasy. And if you've been watching me for years, you probably know that I was obsessed with fantasy. It used to be my favorite genre. I would literally just read so many fantasy books. And I definitely kind of like burnt myself out because I was just reading so many stories that kind of felt similar. And then I started to discover new genres that I loved. But I've recently just really been feeling that fantasy pull. I recently finished Chain of Iron, finally. I filmed a vlog, so that will be coming. And obviously I'm going to start Chain of Thorns. And I don't know, I've just really been craving the magic of falling into a completely fictional magical world and escaping reality. And yeah, obviously I do love fantasy. So I've finally been feeling that pull again, which is really exciting. So honestly, I have a lot of fun books that I'm excited about, but these are the top fantasy books that I have to talk about. So I think it might finally be the year to read The Name of the Wind. Once again, if you've been following me for years, I've talked about this. It was mainly at the beginning of my booktube channel. I talked about this so much, how I wanted to read it, how I was so excited about it, and I just haven't read it. It's obviously intimidating, like it's such a huge book, but I feel like I should take advantage of my fantasy mood and read it kind of soon. But then I also kind of want to wait for it to get colder, you know, and have the like classic cozy fantasy vibes like wrapped up in my blanket. Honestly, yes, so, you know, I think it's the year. I think it's the year for this to happen. Obviously, this is super popular and I'm hoping it's for a good reason. Like, I'm hoping it's amazing and I love it. So, 2023, Chloe, let's go. Then I have The Winter Garden, and this is another book that I bought yesterday at the bookstore. So I went book shopping with my friend Sasha and we were looking at this book, obviously stunning cover, and then we read the synopsis and we were both like, wow. So I just picked it up. And I have never heard of it. I didn't even look it up on Goodreads. And it's really stunning when those moments happen because obviously I'm very familiar with a lot of books. I usually like to look up reviews and stuff to see if I'm going to like it and stuff. But every now and then I do like to just kind of pick up a book because the synopsis intrigues me. So hopefully it's amazing. I'm looking for the most magical, spectacular, remarkable pleasure garden this world has to offer. I love a garden. A magical garden? Thank you. So, on the night Beatrice's mother dies, the mysterious and enchanting winter garden becomes her solace for 7 days. But when the garden disappears without a trace, Beatrice is left to wonder if it was ever real. 18 years later, on the eve of her wedding to a man she doesn't love, yikes, Beatrice decides to throw off the expectations of Victorian England society, another element. I love Victorian England, and search for the garden that she has never forgotten. But when she and her closest friend Rosa receive invitations for a competition to create breathtaking pleasure gardens, the prize being one wish from the last of the winter garden's magic, She realizes she may be closer to finding it than she ever thought. Now, all she has to do is win. Ooh, interweaves darkness and whimsy, using the contrasts of painful reality and sparkling magic. That sounds literally like my type of book. So yeah, let's read the first sentence. They say gardens are good for the soul, and the magical winter garden most of all. Exactly. Very excited for that. Then I definitely need to read The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern because I've been meaning to for years. This is supposed to be incredible. Obviously love The Night Circus. Literally such an amazing book. So I honestly don't even need to say more. Like, it needs to happen. I'm sure I'll love it. I miss the magic of Erin Morgenstern's words and worlds. So 2023 is the year. Then I really want to read Juniper and Thorn by Ava Reid. I heard about this from Hannah from the Clockwork Reader. I think this was one of her favourite books of last year, and she made it sound amazing. It is about a young witch who seeks to discover her identity and escape the domination of her abusive wizard father in this gothic retelling of the Juniper Tree. A gothic fantasy vibe. Thank you. Then the last fantasy book I have is The Alchemist of Loom by Elise Cover. I bought this a few years ago. I was really excited about it. Obviously I haven't gotten to it yet, but I want this story. I want to read it. So this is the first in a series. It involves a dragon king, and I think it also might involve a romance. Oh yes, The Alchemist of Loom is the perfect mashup of genres with a killer heroine, fiery romance, and friendships that run as deep as blood. That's all I want in a fantasy book. Okay, next section. Non-fiction. I definitely need to read All About Love by Bell Hooks. I've been meaning to for so long now, and non-fiction about love in all its forms, one of my favorite things to read. And I've also read one of Bell Hooks's other books. Loved it. I think that was Feminism is for Everybody. So Bell Hooks uses her incisive mind and razor-sharp pen to explore the question, what is love? Ah, love. L-O-V, love. Then we have Someone Who Will Love You in All Your Damaged Glory, written by the creator of BoJack Horseman. Love BoJack Horseman. So definitely want to read this. Then 2023 will be the year of my writing era. So I've been slowly writing things over like last year. I never used to be like into writing, but I suddenly like got that desire and passion for it last year. But this year I really want to make it a priority and potentially work on, you know, a novel or something. So I definitely would love to read books on writing. So one of them, In the Margins by Elena Ferrante, on the pleasures of reading and writing. Very excited about this. Okay, so the final section is general fiction. So How Do You Live? If you don't know, Studio Ghibli is adapting this into a film this year, which I'm obviously very excited about, and I would love to read it before it's released. So the plan is to film a vlog where I read it probably like a week or so before the release of the movie, and then like go to the movie and then obviously talk about my thoughts and everything. I am so excited for that. So very excited. This is basically like a coming of age classic in Japan. So this is obviously translated. So this follows Copper, who is 15 years old, and he's considering life's biggest questions for the first time. How do you live? He turns to his dear uncle for heartwarming wisdom. This sounds like exactly the type of book I love. So I have very high hopes for it. So, and apparently this is Miyazaki's favorite childhood book. Then I would love to get to Beloved by Toni Morrison. Obviously have heard amazing things about Toni Morrison. So this is set in the mid-1800s as slavery looks to be coming to an end. Our main character Seath is haunted by the violent trauma it wrought on her former enslaved life, and her dead baby daughter, whose tombstone bears the single word beloved, returns as a spectre to punish her mother but also to elicit her love. So this is supposedly told with heart-stopping clarity, melding horror and beauty. Then I have Angel and Hannah by Ishle Yi Park. This is a novel in verse, and this was gifted to me by my friend Michelle. Love you, Michelle. And I'd never heard of it, but it sounds incredible, and ever since I got it, I was like, I need to read it ASAP. So this is basically a story about an interracial couple in 1990s New York City, and it's a reimagining of Romeo and Juliet. Then I have Severance by Ling Ma, and I have seen this all over TikTok. Apparently it's supposed to be incredible, and apparently it's about like consumerism in America, and that's all I really know about it, and that's all I want to know. I'm very excited about this. And then I'm really excited about All This Could Be Different by Sarah Thankin Matthews. Love this cover. This is about being young in the 21st century. That's all I need to know. Also, Megan Nolan read it and loved it. Then I really would love to get to Murakami because I've been meaning to read his books for years. So I am going to put this as one of my goals to read this year, The Strange Library, because it is short, therefore less intimidating. And it's obviously about a strange library, like, thank you. It's also really fun because it has like illustrations. Oh, I love a book with illustrations. Literally, thank you. Honestly, yeah, this needs to happen ASAP. Like, are you kidding? Wow, yeah. Okay, so I read My Year of Rest and Relaxation last year, really loved it, so I would love to get to another Atesha Moshfegh book. So I have decided to put Death in Her Hands as one of my top books to read. So this is about this girl who goes on her daily walk with her dog in the woods near her home, and then she comes across a chilling handwritten note. Her name was Magda. Nobody will ever know who killed her. It wasn't me. Here is her dead body. How interesting does that sound? Thank you. So I assume this is like thriller vibes. And another thriller that I want to get to, Complicit by Winnie M. Lee. This is about the abuse of power. So it is about the film industry. It's set in LA, I believe. And it's supposed to be amazing, really engaging. I'm excited. Okay, then I really need to get to Writers and Lovers by Lily King. This is a book that I have seen everywhere. I've seen so many people with like so many annotations in it, so I'm hoping that it just has so many words that like speak to me. It is literary fiction, adult romance. It supposedly explores artistic passion, ambition, and the terrifying and exhilarating leap between the end of one phase of life and the beginning of another. This is one of my options for my March Patreon buddy read, so it might be the book we're reading together on my Patreon, so exciting times. And the final book that I have on my list, Tin Man by Sarah Winman. Caitlin put me onto this and it sounds incredible. So basically, it's about Ellis and Michael, who are 12-year-old boys when they first become friends. And for a long time, it's just the two of them cycling the streets of Oxford, teaching themselves how to swim, discovering poetry, and dodging the fists of overbearing fathers. And then one day, this closest of friendships grows into something more. And then there is a time jump to many years later, and I love that. So this celebrates love in all its forms and all the little moments and small kindnesses that make up a life. That sounds beautiful. Literally so excited for this. Okay, so those are all the books on my list. I really hope I can get to them all. Obviously, that would be incredible because I never really get to all the books that I put on these lists. But can you imagine if 2023 is the year that I do it? Perhaps. I'm really going to try to make these books a priority, so yeah, hopefully lots of stunning reading in 2023. Let me know what books you're most excited to get to this year. Obviously, this excludes the anticipated releases that I've already talked about in my video with Caitlin. Once again, Ana Luisa is having a Valentine's Day sale, which is buy one, get one 50% off. So I will have a link to the website in the top of my description. If you're looking for more content from me, I have a Patreon where I upload extra content like extra reading vlogs. We do a monthly live show, we do a monthly buddy read, etc. I have all my socials linked below, including my Twitch, which is twitch.tv/ChloeBunny_. And that is where I stream games and just chatting. I hope you're all having a good day or night, and I will see you in my next video.